of stress on my chest, a lot of things on my mind. I'm talking about lonely nights in the cell, looking out the window, wondering, God, gotta get me out this. 50 years? Nah, I can't do that. Hell no. 168 months, couple of days. That's what I spent in that kennel, locked in that cage. Hands back to ballin', put it in their face. A lot of played on my downfall, but now when they see me, they like, man, I miss you, dawg. But I know when I was in that cell, feeling hell.
What's up, my lovely people? Welcome to the Last Walk Podcast. I'm your host, AD Green. Man, we in here with a special guest. I got my main man, Mr. Prince. We in here, man. I'm talking about exclusive, raw, live interview. So let's get to it, man. So what's going on, man? Welcome to the Last Walk Podcast, bro.
Appreciate you for having me on here.
No doubt, man. So, man, we finna get right into it, man. We finna take a couple of, you know what I'm talking about, when we was riding back streets, man, but we gonna go around to some back streets in the pen, man. I'm talking about to the bowling alley, to the commissary. I'm talking about to the late night rack. You know what I'm talking about? We finna ride, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all my brothers and sisters on lock, man. If y'all tune in, if y'all hear about the Last Walk Podcast, make sure y'all like, subscribe to our channel, man. Let's go, man. So look, I wanna ask you, bro, like, for those that don't know, you know what I'm saying? I want you to let them know who you is. At the same time, man, like, how much time you done, bro?
My name Prince. I did 15 years, aggravated. And the thing about it, I did my whole sentence because when I first got down to the penitentiary, you know, I was holding a lot of anger in. I got, you know what I'm saying, sentenced for 15 years. My brother JD got shot in the head the same day I caught chain. So I was just dealing with a lot. You know, I didn't know if he was gonna survive, so it was like just a lot of anger, you know what I'm saying, frustration, that couldn't be there. And I always blame myself for him getting shot because I wasn't there to be his protector. And I did day for day.
Day for day?
Day for day.
Explain day for day, man, for those that don't know what day for day is.
I pulled the whole 15. I went in 18, going on 19, came home at 33.
Man, say, man, that's heavy. That's that day for day, because when you in there, you be want to know if you can make parole. I ain't trying to discharge. Man, I'm trying to...
That was never the goal, but no, things happen.
Man, my hat goes out to you, man. You know, I had to parole my hat, but at the same time, they tried to hire me with the 50. So I can just only imagine when you doing day for day your whole time, your whole sentence.
I was blessed to get to 15. They started off at 45.
Football numbers.
Like, who would have thought? No, first time as an adult being in trouble, you talking about football numbers? Like, no, like that ain't right. Well, you got people that's constantly in trouble, and y'all still slapping them on the wrist. So it's like, you know, the system, how they make it is as far as, okay, look, we here to lock away all the bad people. But what about the people that never been in trouble? They needed some guidance. What about the people that know that wrong place, wrong time, and just got caught up? But you never, you know what I'm saying, hear those stories about them giving them a second chance, you know, giving them some rehab or anything like that. No, they just want to throw the book at them because it's all a big gamble. It's all, you know what I'm saying, money machine.
Facts.
If I'm not mistaken, they make, well, when I was down there, they was making, what, $3,600 off each inmate per day?
Ooh, man, now check out them numbers.
Now, you look at each unit, almost, what, $2,500?
And I think we like the number 2 in the nation.
We almost number one.
California number 1.
We almost got California.
You got Texas is right there close with most population full of blacks and Mexicans, man, and a small percentage of whites.
And if you look at it, you know what I'm saying, it's rigged. The whole system is rigged due to the fact that, here it is, young black dude hanging out with his friends, AB on the road student, play sports in school, get ready to go to college. He make one mistake, his whole life gone. Now you got, you know, the white kid, they got the rich white parents, you know, or well-connected white parents, where he make that same mistake, they pay and get him a good lawyer.
Slap on the wrist.
He get a slap on the wrist, he get probation. But he still go off to college and live his life, and now, you know, like, you gotta be even-handed if you're gonna deal out justice. If you wanna be in control of the masses and have people vote for y'all and respect y'all and put y'all in a position of power, you gotta treat the people right.
Facts right there. So throughout that experience, bro, I want you to let me know, man, like, what was some of the times, man, some of the hardest times where you try to, like, you know, I just want to make it. Just let me get through, you know?
Ooh.
What's something that stood out to you, man, that was real tough in now, man?
Ferguson, 06, medium custody. Mail call come around, got the new WXL, got my Houston Chronicle, got my Vibe magazine, get my mail. So I asked, you know, saying my cousin, who I call my sister, hey, send me some lyrics. I want to keep up with the music. So I get my lyrics, but then I also get some other stuff inside the mail. So I opened up, I get to looking, I'm thinking, oh, it's a joke. But as I get to reading the newspaper article that they sent me, my cousin Mandy got raped and got stabbed to death. So, you know, getting that type of information when you behind bars is hard. Then, you know, my mom almost died while I was down there.
Man,
so like just that, and then just being around dudes that commit suicide, it's hard. Cause it's like, especially if you in SIG, 23-hour lockdown, you only come out 1 hour a day. You got one person on this side, you know, they throwing, you know, saying urine and feces. You got another person on this side, they screaming and hollering because they ain't lost their mind. And you just trying to stay focused and stay within yourself, and you trying not to break. And them moments there, like, you gotta be strong, and then you gotta humble yourself. You gotta talk to God. Only God can help you through those situations due to the fact that if you try to lean on yourself, you're gonna lose yourself.
Facts, man. I remember that, man. I'm talking about if they tell you when they gonna run a wreck, but then they don't run a wreck, and you know you only got 1 hour. You know, you say one time to shower. If you miss it, then you gotta what? You gotta hit the sink.
And to be honest, you really don't got. You know what I'm saying? An hour outside or in the day room, it's really like 45 minutes. Then, you know, you come in, you get that little 15 minutes for your shower. That's your whole hour.
One time a day.
One time a day.
See, the folks, they don't understand. You got a population, which is the
GFOs, where they, you know, the trustees and all that, they work in the, you know what I'm saying, the chow house, where, you know, they serve inmates food. You got the ones that work in commissary, you know, the SSIs, which are janitors, they go around cleaning up. They the ones that really got, you know what I'm saying, the lay of the land. They get to move around freely. Then you got medium custody, where you come out 2 hours a day as far as day room, and then you come out 2 hours for outside rec. Other than that, you inside your cell unless you got a lane to go to the infirmary, or you going to commissary, you going to the chow house, or, you know, you going to visit or something like that. Other than that, you in your cell. Then you got closed custody, which is level 5. You only come out 2 hours a day, and that's for outside rec, or you go on the host squad. Other than that, you're not doing
then you got a cellar that you stay in there with that you get tired of. Y'all gotta rock, y'all gotta vibe.
But just imagine if you get one of them cells where he not clean, he don't shower, you know, he don't use proper hygiene, and you gotta live with him.
Hey man, that's some of the things you gotta like deal with, man. Some of the like times like, God help me get through this here. I don't wanna hurt him, I don't wanna put him out. But somebody gotta go, especially if you real nasty and you ain't cleaning up behind yourself.
But not just that though, you gotta look at this. What if he get into it with the laws?
And then they just hit your cell, shake you down.
Now they shake your cell down, even though you don't have nothing to do with it, they tearing up your stuff because you in the cell with them. Now you losing commissary, you losing pictures, you losing mail, you losing books, and you might have maybe 2 weeks to come up to get your line class and get up off closed custody. But dudes, that happened, now y'all both got a case, you got a bogus case just because you in the cell with them. Then you have laws that play games, that play with your food, play with your meal. Like, man, bro, I've been since where I got to with laws, and then they find out, oh, he's staff assault. He like to fight laws. Oh, let's give him a hard time. Now I got people playing my food, you know, they get somebody, you know what I'm saying, put bleach in my food, or, you know what I'm saying, ejaculate in my food, all type of horrible stuff. And it's like, nah, I'm cool, I don't want to eat, because I know what y'all trying to do. I eat this commissary. But at the same time, it's like, they boxing you in, and you trying so hard to do the right thing, but it's like, nah, I'm gonna fight for my respect. If I gotta die for him, I'm gonna die for him. But that's not the right mindset to have, but that's the situation they put you in.
Man, say, man, I can remember those times too, bro. You try to keep it cool with the officers, because like you back there, So you don't really have too much like you can really do. And you can't trust them. Like you say, they take your mail.
Yep.
Especially like if you a writ writer. I was a writ writer.
Yeah, you good with that Lola bill? Yeah, you don't get no play.
They're gonna retaliate against you.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes we want to hear from the world, our family, get a visit, all that. But then like they play dirty, so it's not like, hey, do I got mail? I got mail, but they telling me I don't have mail. So,
Or you know, your family might write you, be like, yeah, we come to see you this weekend. But then when they get here, you know, oh no, you know, he got in trouble, he can't have no visit. Then, you know, your people write you like, hey, what's going on? They say you couldn't receive visit. Nah, I can't receive visits. And then you get to ask, man, ain't nobody come see you. The whole time they playing games to stop you from being with your family, get their free world feel. Because they want you institutionalized, they want you defeated, they want to brainwash, they want to beat you down till you just lose your manhood.
Right. If a man don't stand for something, man, he'll fall for anything.
Anything.
Say, look, check this out, bro. I want to ask you, man, like, out of that 15 years, like, how was the experience, like, overall? Like, what you did, like, to just, like, maintain and stay focused through that?
You know, I really didn't just have too many problems because I really stayed out of the individual's business. If it didn't have nothing pertaining to me and my bros, you know, hey, you know, y'all do y'all. But at the same time, it's like, the more you be involved with the bros, the more problems that you have. And you have some bros where they're never going home. So they like, you know, if I can get most people know saying stay with me, I'm cool. It's like being back on the block. But then you gotta remember like, hey man, I got a family waiting on me. It's things I want to do and want to accomplish with my life. This just a, you know, saying minor setback. And you have to really realize like, are you really my bro? Or no, you really somebody that I rock with? Or you just using me? Because you have those individuals, well, oh man, that's my bro, I'm gonna do whatever for him. But then, soon as you don't give them what they want or what they need, because you know some of them have habits. They smoke, they gamble, you know, they ain't got no money on their books. Say, oh man, bro, let me get $20, I'll give it back to you. Hey bro, you don't never get no money. How you gonna give me back my money?
For real.
So it's like you gotta pick and choose, and like, you know, I started falling back from a lot of bros when I started seeing, you know, the dirty Mac and then all, you know, the other just BS, and it's like, nah, I wanna go home. I choose my freedom.
What's more important? Because sometime in there, man, we can get distracted.
Yeah.
We can lose focus, and we can get caught up with everything, what I call independent penitentiary, and not even know what's really important. Like, you got a family, you got kids, you got a wife, you got a girlfriend, you got a mother, you got a father, whoever, they out there waiting on us. And we can get caught up in those activities. Me personally, like, 'cause I remember me, man, when I was in the game, I'm big Jags, you know, I'm getting it in, but I forgot, like, man, you can be home, bro.
Yep.
You tripping. So I want to stay G5. I want to stay under my line class. When parole come and see me, I'm not even ready. I done forgot. I got a whole world, man. You feel me?
And then, you know, it's like, you know, I ain't never smoked tune, which is K2. You know, when it came to me, cigarettes, weed. But it's like, I'm taking this risk to smoke weed, and what if they come, you know, say, give me a UA, and I fail? Now, if that's the case, then back though, you know, I get more time if they decide to press charges, or, you know, I don't get to go home. So what's a little joint for a 15, 20 minute high? Nah, I'm good, man. I gotta do what I gotta do, get off, meet them customers, get off Coles customers, get off Ag Seg, and get what I need to get so I can go home. And it sucks that I had to do the whole 15, but at the same time, I feel like if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have been ready.
So through the whole 15 that you did, like that experience, what would you tell the new you? What would the old you tell the new you? Well, what would the new you tell the old you? I got that backwards, my bad.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I would, if the new me would have told me back then about no, I don't think I would have listened because I wasn't ready. And that's something me and my brother JD always talked about. He was like, hey bro, God do things for a reason. He said, if you was with me that night I got shot, that bullet probably would have hit you, you'd have been dead. He said, God working mysterious ways. God gave you 15 years, and he let you go there and sit down somewhere so you can get your mind right. Okay, he got me, you know what I'm saying, laid up in the hospital, got to go through rehab and all that, and it got my mind right. So now my whole purpose is being a soldier for Jesus, being a, you know what I'm saying, a servant for God, instead of trying to be a servant and a soldier for the streets, because the streets don't love nobody.
Streets don't love a soul. R.I.P. Chuck a Tree, man.
How my lovely people doing in here today, man? Happy Mother's Day, man, to all the mothers. Feel me? Gotta salute my queens one time. Say, look, check this out. Let me give y'all a little backstory real quick. I'm A.D. Green, man, original Swisher Highs member, okay? I'm talking about, I done done a whole lot, no cap. I done toured with Slim Thug, all the way from Power Wall, Chameleon, and I ain't just capping to tell y'all this here, man, but I've been around platinum artists and all that stuff. But I said all that to say, I've been in the game, man, almost like 15 years, right? I bet y'all wondering, like, damn, 15 years? Nigga, why you ain't got on yet? Like, why you ain't took all the way off? Okay, check this out. Y'all looking at a miracle, man. The judge, I got caught up in some street activities and stuff, man. But the judge, they found me guilty, and they gave me 50 aggravated years in prison, man. Can you imagine that? 50 aggravated years. That means you got to do half of that. That don't mean that you could do like a little bit of come home. You hip? So, with all that being said, man, y'all looking at a miracle, man. I've been home 3 years now, man. God is good, you hear me? God is good. So look, I wrote this song when I'm finna rap to y'all. I wrote it in my cell, man. It's called Lonely Days, Lonely Nights. And if you rocking with me, cause it's real life, man. And I'm coming to give y'all some real life right now, man. Run that shit, DJ.
Yo. Got a lot of stress on my chest.
Got a lot of stress on my chest.
Things on my mind. Talking about lonely nights in the cell. Looking out the window. Oh.
Hey, if you got somebody locked up, man,
50
if you done
years.
time, man, this for you, man. Y'all put y'all hands up one time. Say, look.
168 months, couple of days.
That's what I spent in that funeral.
Locked in that cage. Hands back to ballin', put it in their face. A lot of niggas laid on my downfall. But now when they see me, they like, man, I miss you, dog. I know when I was in that cell, feeling hell. They was holding their nuts on me till they swear. They supposed to free AD, but these show up with the band. They showed up, 100K to get me out of jail. They ain't put no. Gotta get me out this. 50 years? Nah, I can't do that. Hell no. 168 months, couple of days. That's what I spent in that kennel, locked in that cage. Hands back to ballin', put it in their face. A lot of niggas played on my downfall. But now when they see me, they like, man, I miss you, dog. But I know when I was in that cell, feeling hell, they was holding their nuts on me. Oh, gotta get me out this. 50 years? Nah, I can't do that. Hell no. 168 months, couple of days. That's what I spent in that kennel, locked in that cage. Hands back to ballin', put it in their face. A lot of niggas played on my downfall. But now when they see me, they like, man, I miss you, dog. But I know when I was in that cell, feeling hell, they was holding their nuts on me. Oh, gotta get me out this. 50 years? Nah, I can't do that. Hell no. 168 months, couple of days. That's what I spent in that kennel, locked in that cage. Hands back to ballin', put it in their face. A lot of niggas played on my downfall. But now when they see me, they like, man, I miss you, dog. But I know when I was in that cell, feeling hell, they was holding their nuts on me.
Man, look, y'all know what it is, man. Your main man, A.D. Green, man. You tuned in to the Last Walk podcast. My bro Leroy in the building with me, man.
What's up?
Stay tuned. It ain't going down. It's going up. Welcome back. Last Walk podcast. A.D. Green, man, Prince. Real life what y'all listening to and watching. Say, check this out, bro. I mean, you know, man, the show and the viewers, the followers, man, they need to hear this, man. I want to know, when you were incarcerated, bro, what was some of like the craziest things, man, that you saw in there or you went through or whatever, you know, there's something that you can just point out, man, that was crazy to you while you was doing time?
It's so many stories, especially being the Ag Sig. As far as the Ag Sig stories, it was this little gay dude named Blue. And him and his next door neighbor get into it. They bang on each other wild every day, all day. They come out to their room, they throwing spears at each other, which is, you know, they breaking down razor blades, or they, you know, cutting off edges of the bunk, sharpening it down, make it real sharp. They take rubber bands and stuff like that, and they shoot it through the screen of their doors. Well, one day, the dude just talking. Blue like, I got you, I'm gonna get you. So Blue goes shower, and the dude was like, hey, y'all check him. You know, he be throwing, you know what I'm saying, feces. So they check him, he don't got nothing on him. So he come out the shower, man stood in front of the dude's cell, and they just going back and forth. As far as the dude, he was going back and forth, cussing him out. Next thing you know, Blue just spit in his face. And he like, oh man, he got me. Come to find out, Blue had a mouth full of feces that he spit in this man's face.
Ooh,
and
my goodness.
the real horrible part about it is, Blue was sick. He had HIV and he had hepatitis C.
Ooh, man, that's too chilly for the hot dog right there, baby.
No,
That's real though. God,
I've been in showers, I've seen dudes getting raped, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff. We've been in racer rides, I've seen dudes get hit in the head with fan motors, get their head split wide open. Dudes get stabbed with typewriter rods, where they break down the typewriter, take the rod out. It's like real survival mode in there. I've seen dudes get hit in the head with dominoes, where they put dominoes in the sock and use it as a weapon. Like, you see stuff that you never thought you would see, and you see that prison brings out the dark side of people, the animalistic tendencies in people. Like, you would never think you would see somebody sit here just constantly just stabbing somebody and not even thinking, I'm finna kill this man.
Yeah, and you actually get there.
And you actually get there, and you blood everywhere. Like, it was one little dude getting ready to go home, had a cell that was just a bully. Dude ain't never this big. He don't mess with nobody. He wanna go home. Celly kept messing with him. So one day he got fed up. Wait till he went to sleep and just started stomping on his head. He killed the dude. I'm talking about blood was running all down the runway, all from under the door. Like, you see blood everywhere.
Man.
And he's like,
What can you do? Can you take?
Yeah, like, what can you do?
Messing with the wrong people, you never know.
You don't never know what person they mentally. He might have got some bad news in the mail, man. His mama just died. And you stayed just because you bigger than him.
That John Deere letter, man.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, man, I just had to ask you that. So, you know, we talked about everything, what we went through, and now, man, I want to know, right? Man, first of all, congratulations to you, bro. Congratulations, man.
Appreciate you.
I hear about your Little League team, man. I hear about all the good things you're doing for the community, man. So I just want you to let me know, man, like, what you doing out there with yourself now, man, since you've been free?
I'm not even gonna lie. Before I came home, I always dreamed of being, you know, say, a mentor, helping the youth, because of the things I've seen while I was locked up. So it's like, get out, try to start me a non-profit organization, help give back to the community, reach, you know what I'm saying, the youth, try to stop them from going down that road. But, you know, got home, like, just work, try to get back on my feet. But I was like, I'm gonna sign my boys up for football, get them something to do. So we went, signed up with the Lobos. You know, atmosphere didn't really feel right. No, I'm not bashing nobody, but it just didn't feel right for me. So I left and I followed, you know, shout out Trent Thomas. I followed, you know what I'm saying, Coach Trent, and we went and started Greater Cypress Golden Eagles. Okay. And we did Little League football over there with him. Then after that, you know, we merged with Cypress League Chargers. You know, they got a big following. We ended up playing ABN. We played Trey.
Okay, yeah, that's one of my bros, man.
Yeah, we played him, you know, and we played ABN Baby Bullets too.
Okay.
And I got a good feeling for it. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the parents didn't like me at first. They felt like I was being too hard. But it's like, some of these boys coming from single parent homes, most of them being raised by their mothers, their aunts, grandma, and stuff like that. So they need a little tough love. They need a little discipline because they're not getting it on that level as far as having an interaction with a man. And I know from experience because that was me.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, oh, he making them do extra push-ups, he making them run laps and stuff like that, duck walks and Mike Tyson's. But then when they started getting in trouble, hey man, coach, such and such did this at school, can you handle them for me? Hey, I got them after practice. And then as they start seeing how the kids interact with me, they're like, well, maybe he's not that bad at all. Then let's see how me and the kids, we having sock competitions, about who got the best socks and stuff like that. Just trying to interact with the kids on their level, not making them feel dumb or stupid or being left out. And like I told them, like, man, you look at me like one of the cool uncles or cousins and anything like that. I'm just not your coach. You have any type of problems going on at home, at school, let me know. Let Coach Trent know. Like, we gonna be there for you. And that's been me and his mantra the whole time. Be there for his kids. It's bigger than sports. But we're using sports as a way to reach the youth. And it's not just reaching them and just preaching to them, but it's also letting them know, like, hey, we've been down that road before too. And we showing you it's a different way to go about life. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to go down that road. Your family don't want you to go down that road. So if you got that avenue to get out, get out. Make a way for you, but also make a way for your family. Each one reach one, teach one. And like I tell kids, hey, you can be as talented as you want. But if you don't want to play ball, bro, you don't got to play ball, but just use it as a stepping stone. Okay, you good at football, you good at baseball, you good at basketball. Use that to go to college. But you don't got to play, ball as a professional athlete. Go be a doctor, go be a lawyer, go be a teacher, something we need in these communities. We need somebody that's stepping up into those leadership roles because we don't have that no more.
Right.
And some kids, they get it, and their parents, they start to buy into it, and it's just such a good feeling, bro. Like right now, I coach Little League baseball. I'm over here with Bear Creek Little League, and we in the playoffs.
Okay.
So
playoffs.
I'm hoping, we get on a little run, win these games, so we win a championship.
Little League championship baseball, man.
And the crazy thing about it is my team is the Astros.
Oh man, I'm talking about another H-Town Astros thing,
Yes,
man. I see you with the Astros man. I live with them Astros too, man.
My team.
But yeah, man, so with all the good that you doing, I'm talking about you showed folks that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they might see the prince that went in, but now they see the prince that's coming out. See what I'm saying?
I got a lot of doubters. I know I have a lot of haters, but my thing is, hey, you can do all what you do. Like, you looking at the old me. You're not looking at the transformation. You're not looking at how far I done came. And I understand. I'm not going to sit here and act like I was just a goody two-shoe and all that. Like, bro, some of the things I did in my life, I was horrible. And that's nobody's fault but mine. That's something I had to come to grips with in order to be a better person. And I look at it like this. I spent all that time doing bad in my community, robbing and stealing and selling dope and all that. So why not, invest my time back into my community and give back? Because I spent so much time tearing it down.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at the big homies. They out there, they Amex, they Jordan, they got the slabs on swingers. Oh, I'm trying to be like that. When I didn't have to. Like, bro, my mama wanted me to go to the military, which I signed up for. But I ended up catching my case.
Yeah. I got a quick little story, man, that you just made me think about it. I had a chance to go to the military too, man. Shout out to my partner Myron off the Knox. But when it came down to me and him, and we were bros or whatever, but like when it was my turn after school, we was going to recruit office. Man, we went to that mall, but he was for real meeting with that recruiter. But when it was my turn, I 52 faked him, man.
It's hard, but the recruiting office was right there for South Dare Ashford and West Time. I went there, signed out my paperwork and everything, And before I get to that, give a little backdrop to me personally. When I was born, my mom had me for 6 months. Then my mom got locked up. She came home, back then, you do a little 90 days, you come back home. But she ended up getting locked back up because she took a dope case from my dad. And she had 2 years non-ag and ended up picking up 25 years down there. So when my mom was getting ready to come home from prison, I was going in. So it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it made me appreciate my mom more. Because despite her not being in my life when I was younger and not being around, she was around. Mm-hmm. And even when I did my time, my mom walked that whole 15 down with me, no matter what, us bumping heads, no matter her just chewing me out and not writing me due to the fact I'm down there messing up, she still held it down, still walked it down with me day for day.
Oh man, ain't nothing like a mother's love, man.
And all what she was doing was trying to show me tough love to make me be a better man. Not be no little boy, but a man. And still to this day, I mess up, she on my neck.
Oh, you're accountable.
And the crazy part about it, she told my wife when she first met her, "Oh, baby, I like you. Hey, keep your foot on his neck." And it was like, wow, really? You just give her the keys like that? It's like, nah, you need somebody like that that's going to keep her foot on your neck, that's going to push you. Because sometimes, you get in your ways and you feel like, hey, I'm good where I'm at. Nah, it's another level. Then after that, it's another level. Then after that, another level. You got to be greater than what you was before. So each day you wake up, you try to be the best person you can.
Facts. So with all that being said, man, we talking about growth and development, man, stuff like that, man. Even with the prison system, I like to know, how important is education in and out the prison system?
You got some individuals, when they get down to prison, they see all the action going on, they want to get in on it. And I was one of those when I first got down, when I got situated, started finding out what was what. But I had this old school cat named Zeus out of 3rd Ward. He pulled me to the side like, "Hey, look, youngster, dominoes, dice and all that, you know what I'm saying, gambling, that's cool. But go to the schoolhouse. You get free school, which this is stuff that they don't tell you when you get down there. It got to be a convict to tell you stuff like that. Go get the law library. Go educate yourself. Because you might find some stuff in your case where you got loopholes where you can get your case overturned or at least get some time knocked off.
For real, man.
But some take it and run with it, some don't. And they get lost in the sauce. But education is very important within the walls and outside the wall, because at the end of the day, what you learn can nobody take from you. And with the knowledge that you have, you can pass it on to somebody else that can help them and save their life, or just building your family, building the foundation. Because as far as blacks, we was never taught generational wealth. Mm-hmm. Not trying to sound racist, but white people, that's how they groom and raise their kids.
Yeah.
Look at, the Rockefellers, look at the Kennedys, look at, the Walters from Walmart. They build in generational wealth because hey, look, this is what you do. You're going to go to private school. Once you get done with private school, you're going to go to college. And they setting everything up. They got trust funds and everything like that. So once they set and they go be lawyers and doctors and they start, inheriting that money, now they passing that same game down to their children.
Yeah.
But us, go get the new J's, go get the new Air Max. You got to look fly for the females, or you got to look fly for the dudes.
The material things.
And we misleading and misguiding these kids. And we showing them the wrong things instead of teaching them the right thing. Instead of teaching them the things they need to know, we teaching them things to self-destruct. Yeah. They need to know about knowledge of self. They need to know about growth and development, or better development of the mind, body, and soul.
Facts.
You gotta have some type of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in order to succeed in life. But a lot of individuals don't get it.
And it's time as us, as young black males, and the old heads as well, we gotta reach one, teach one, like you said. We gotta teach financial literacy, like you just said, because they already get their kids ready for it. But us, we gotta let our kids Instagram, social medias, and think that's cool instead of, read something. Give me an essay on what you read. Let's learn about stocks and bonds. Whatever financial literacy is, because like you say, we came up, man, we was deaf, dumb, and blind. We ain't know about none of that.
We didn't know how to write a check and the balance of check and anything like that. We didn't know nothing about the stock market. We didn't know nothing about credit cards and debit cards and what it can do as far as building credit or destroying credit if you don't take care of your business. We didn't know that. We get a free credit card? Let me go to the Galleria. Let me go swipe it at Shoptown. That's what we was worried about. Then when our credit get bad, how my credit score 590? Right? It's just not right. But we got to take it upon ourselves, and we need to break that generational cycle. Because if we don't, we're going to keep spinning our wheels until somebody wisen up, like, nah, I don't want to be like my grandpa. I don't want to be like my daddy. I don't want to be like my uncles. I'm going to go this route.
Before we go, man, on this last break, man, I want to know, like, can you tell me, like, some of the things, man, that you would tell the youth out here what they need to know, man, what's imperative for them, man?
I'm going to be straight 100, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it a buck. Hey, listen, the streets ain't what they make it seem to be. Jail ain't what they make it seem to be. What they be rapping about in these rap songs, a lot of these dudes don't be living their life. All that, oh man, I got 100 bricks in the condo, and them dudes not living their life. These dudes walk around with security, 10, 15 deep, protecting them. They not in the hood like they say they is. So stop, looking at them as, your role model. Because all they're doing is telling you to go get a gun, go kill somebody, go get some dope, sell some dope in your community that you tearing down, and then you turn around once you blow up or you get some type of little street fame and cred, you're gonna be one of the ones they gun down. And the cycle keep going and going and going and going and going. So educate yourself, go to school. Forget what they tell you about school. If you educate yourself and you apply yourself properly, you're gonna succeed. You're going to get one of those Fortune 500 company jobs. You're going to get one of those. It might take a little bit, but fast money goes fast. That slow money, that's what's going to keep you in the game in the long run. Because you're building your financial stability for your family.
That's facts right there, man. Good wise words, man, from the wise man, man. We're going to come back after this break, man. This is the Last Walk Podcast. I'm your main man, AD Green, man. I'm in here with my guest right there, Big Prince. Yeah, man, we'll be back after this break.
Welcome to the Last Walk Podcast, guys. This is a new segment that I really love called Mail Call. And so this is where we actually have individuals who are currently in the system write us letters, and we're going to read those letters to you so that these individuals have a voice. And this first one I'm very excited about. This is from Taryn Kess. He's over in Red Granite Correctional Institution. And so Taryn Kess, thank you so much for taking the time to do this so that we can hear your voice. And I hope you guys enjoy this. Dear you, a teacher told her performing arts student that perfection was a fool's errand and that we should strive for excellence instead. At 32 years old, it is a sentiment I wholeheartedly agree with. Unfortunately, I am striving for excellence within the Wisconsin Department of Corrections under a 45-year prison term where personal growth isn't encouraged and hardly ever rewarded. For 14 years, I have survived and thrived here among many like-minded individuals, despite lacking effort from the WDOC and a criminal justice system that has lost its way when it comes to reforming and rehabilitating the men and women who still have the opportunity to lead productive lives outside of these confines. Yes, some crimes committed are heinous and hard to forgive, but many of us still want to ascend to excellence because we like to make amends for our mistakes and missteps. My name is Taryn Kay, and by no means am I a saint. When I was 17 years old, I was convicted of a homicide in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and a year later, on my 18th birthday, I was sentenced to 35 years initial confinement and 10 years extended supervision under Truth in Sentencing, TIS. TIS means there is no good time or early release. For every day that I was given, I was set to serve. I'm not here to retry my case or highlight what I believe makes me unique and more deserving of a better outcome. My goal is to shine a light on my environment along with the people in it and illustrate the shortcomings of a failing system through my own experiences. A month after being sentenced, I was shipped to Green Bay Correctional Institution, a maximum prison. Though I was legally an adult, I was a child entering a hellhole that was often referred to as gladiator school. To say I was scared would be an understatement. I was terrified. There I was entering the 4-tier cell hall trying to figure out how I was going to make it in a place where no one cared about me. Not to mention I didn't possess the necessary tools to be productive in a seemingly volatile location. What I knew about prison was what I saw on TV and whatever horror stories I heard during my time in the county jail. Nothing provided adequate preparation. My first few weeks were more or less affirmations to what I'd been told. A corrections officer had been assaulted. There were countless fights, and up close and personal, I witnessed rival gangs to go to war. What I was seeing was causing what I believed to be a necessary mental shift. My mind went into survival mode, and I settled on the thought that my time in prison would be spent violently. I wasn't told I had to finish high school, or I needed to join a program that would help with my adjustment, or anything else lending itself to my improvement. A teenager in a brand new world surrounded by what I believed to be corrupt. Inephorous minds was left to figure it out for himself. I didn't appreciate the wisdom that surrounded me until it found me. I was fortunate that it did. I had already decided that I was going to finish high school and try to sign up for any available programs. Doing things my way had not been very beneficial to me, and I understand there were some changes that needed to be made. More than anything, I wanted to prove people right because I had spent so much time proving them wrong. For as long as I can remember, I was the capable kid with the potential to do great things, if only I would refocus my energy and effort. Every court appearance I would see the sadness, disappointment, and confusion on my family's face, and it was crushing. To see your mother's belief in you fade from her eyes was deflating, but it also made me want to be better for her and everyone else I let down. School was the first step. Prior to my arrest, I was already a senior in high school, and finishing the prison curriculum wasn't very taxing. After 3 months, I was done and eager to sign up for any vocational or available college courses. Unfortunately, there weren't very many options. Any vocation that was relevant and could be useful to you upon your release was hardly accessible. Surprisingly, some even had restrictions that wouldn't allow you to take a course unless you had 7 years remaining on your sentence. I was in maximum security where 70% of the population had at least 20 years. Restrictions like that were quite discouraging. My own ambition to be better was not properly guided. I was lucky that some older guys took a liking to me and brought me into the fold and showed me that it was possible to be productive. I would just have to do it in spite of the system. His name was Fast Black. I owe a lot of who I've become to him. He was a man in his 50s and had been in and out of prison his whole life. To say he was an influential figure around the prison is an understatement, and for some reason, he wanted to see me at my best. Like many others in my life, Black saw potential in me, and because of my propensity for letting people down, I saw him as my first challenge of proving someone right. He took the time to break down the inner workings of prison life and the politics between inmates and staff. Whenever Black spoke, I soaked it up like a sponge. There never seemed to be a hidden agenda on his part. Just a genuine desire to see someone else do well. Maybe it was because his own future appeared bleak. Whatever reasons he had, I followed his example. Black was respected among his peers, and my being associated with him granted me a level of respect as well. Other influential voices found me, and they also seemed to want the best for me. If I would ever have a heat exchange with someone, Black or his associates would swoop down and always remind me that it wasn't worth it. Growing up, I was always ready to be combative because I felt I needed to prove something to myself and whoever I was into it with. These men taught me the proof I was looking for wasn't in a physical altercation. I learned that not reacting wasn't inaction. I had to hold not only myself in high regard, but others as well, including those whose thoughts and philosophies don't always align with mine. My temperament was evolving, but I was still so restless. My state of mind was so strengthening, but I felt like there wasn't enough intellectual stimuli outside of my own growing library or the shared stories of many men who had been in prison for over 30 years. I was getting frustrated. Eventually, I was encouraged to sign up for any and every volunteer program that was around, even if my case wasn't related. The idea was to prepare for tomorrow today, so that when tomorrow was today, I got ready yesterday. The first class I joined was for parenting. I've always wanted to be a dad, and when there was an opportunity to learn different approaches to parenthood, I jumped on it despite not actually being a father. That was my mindset. I would take on every challenge whether it was necessary or not because it was important that I be seen as someone who could be trusted and counted on. I participated in various self-help groups as well as restorative justice so that I could learn the art of accountability. For a time, those things were satisfying, but I wanted to do more. GBCI had a program similar to Scared Straight, but not as scary, where inmates would talk to the troubled youth in the community that could use some help. I tried to join and was swiftly turned down. The reason why I was apparently too young to have a voice of true impact. I was confused. At 18, didn't I have more of an understanding than anyone else there? It wasn't long ago I was where these kids were. They were my peers. When that didn't work, I tried to get in the electrical vocation. 3 separate times I was turned away because my time structure was too long. With each passing day and every denial, my incentive for personal growth was being killed by a system whose mission statement promotes rehabilitation and reform. Those words are for public consumption and not private application. Drug abusers who require treatment are denied access if their release date is too far out. If my biggest hurdle in life is drugs, why wouldn't the system address it upon entry? It's not as if drugs aren't available here. In my current institution, we had 2 fentanyl overdoses a few weeks ago. The same could be said about any vice or struggle. If I'm angry and anger management is a must, why would that be unavailable to a man or woman who was 20 or more years? The goal, you would think, should be to help us acquire the skills to manage these things sooner rather than later. In 2014, I was sent to Red Granite Correctional Institution, a medium security prison. Making it there was a sign that I was doing things the right way, or at least trying to the best of my ability. I saw my arrival at RGCI as a chance to join different groups and programs that I wasn't allowed to at GBCI. Early on, it appeared that wouldn't be a problem. Less than a year after getting there, I earned my way onto a panel of 6 inmates in the RYTE, Reaching Youth Through Education program, where it was our job to speak with local middle and high school kids and college students about what led us to prison and what they could do to prevent a similar outcome to ours. Talking to those young men and women as a young person myself was exhilarating, as I could give something back. I had taken so much, it felt good to pursue redemption, an endless journey. Like always, however, I wanted to do more. And when a 4-year college program was introduced, I was on cloud 9. Getting my degree was so important to me, and then the requirements to get in were released. In order to sign up, you had to have at least 10 years remaining on your sentence and a vocation completed. Fair enough, I thought. I still had well over 10 years remaining. I just needed a vocation that would be beneficial in the moment and in the future. I reached out to other institutions because RGCI only had a bakery class that I didn't find very intriguing, and I was denied each time. To get into these other programs, you had to have 5 years remaining. Again, I was met with an unreasonable obstacle. According to their own words, I would never be eligible for college. If I had 10 years left, I couldn't join a vocation class, and if I was down to my 5 years, I couldn't join the college. I was feeling defeated. I wondered what the hell was the point of trying to improve when the system appeared to be destined to hinder me at every turn. Finally, in 2018, Pell Grants were being given to prisoners who wanted to go to college through MATC, Milwaukee Area Technical College, for an associate's degree. But of course, there were restrictions, or so we were told. You had to have 5 years or less to qualify. After a year, we discovered this wasn't true when representatives of MATC toured the prison and we inquired about their requirements about being so restrictive. We learned that those restrictions were not real and anyone could qualify whether you had a life sentence or just a couple years to go. With the new information, I was more determined than ever to get in eventually. I did, and I'm proud to say I am currently 16 credits shy of my degree. Amen. There are many men and women just like myself who want to be better and are driven to do so, but are faced with even more obstacles created by the WDOC. The prison system in Wisconsin transitioned long ago from reform and rehabilitation to warehousing. Preparing people for an eventual release or even a productive life behind bars has not been the goal for the WDOC. The prison system is a business, but the business model has begun to fail. TIS has diminished the incentive for inmates to pursue excellence, which lends itself to an ever-growing recidivism rate. The elimination of parole, the growing inmate population, and a mass exodus of correction staff is evidence that we are at a crossroad. Some believe we don't deserve opportunities to get a free education or any other opportunity. To them, I would say, remember that 90% of all prisoners have a release date. And wouldn't you want us to be contributing community members rather than what we were prior to our incarceration? During my time, I've seen the true nature of the men and women who are cast away and often forgotten. I'm just one voice, speaking on behalf of the people who want the chance to be seen in all new light. If only we had a real opportunity. That is beautiful. Taryn, thank you so much for this letter. That is amazing. And when I tell y'all, if you guys could actually see this letter, it is so well written. It is so beautiful. This is a talented young man. I know him. I actually grew up with him. He was in my mother's daycare that she ran for 25 years. And this man is intelligent. And just to see the caliber of this letter and how he wrote this letter, Taryn, we hear you. We see you. Thank you so much for writing this letter, and keep fighting. We know you're going to get out. Thank you.
Welcome back, welcome back. Before we get up out of here, man, we want to thank y'all for showing love and tuning in to the Last Walk podcast. Make sure you subscribe this video, tell a person, where we give the realest, rawest interviews, man. Before we get out of here, man, I'm going to let my bro Prince, man, you tell the folks where you at, what you got going on, man. Let them know what's good, man. We glad you came out, man. It's a blessing, bro, for real.
Appreciate y'all for having me on here. As far as what we was talking about for our commercial break, the Little League Baseball playoffs, right now, due to the fact it's been raining all week, we're waiting on an exact date, but come next week, we should be up and rolling at Bear Creek Little League. If anybody want to come out there, support Bear Creek Little League, we out there. And then we also get ready to start summer league, so we're gonna be out there all year round working with these kids. If y'all want to get at me, trying to get y'all kids involved in anything. I got a bunch of dudes I'm working with that's doing mentorship. We out here trying to get these kids in a better place mentally and emotionally, so they feel like they got somebody they can talk to. Get at me, Prince Deezy on Facebook. I don't do Instagram or Snapchat, so I'm old-fashioned. So y'all let me catch up with y'all.
Prince Deezy, man, on Facebook. Y'all want to get y'all kids signed up? Make sure y'all tap in with this man right here. I'm talking about, man, they gonna win the World Series in the Little League Baseball, man. So might want to jump on with them if you got some kids that's active.
We doing all age, so it don't make no difference. You say, my child 5 years old, bring them out there. I'm working with all type of kids, no matter what age group there is. I got some good coaches with me. If you don't want to do baseball, I got ties with basketball and I got ties with football. We just trying to get these kids active so they won't be in the house stuck on their phone and on the game. Try to get them, be physical and, let them enjoy life, have a good time. Let them experience some things that, they never experienced.
Hey, say less, man. You said it all, man. Last Walk podcast, man. Good to have you again, bro, for real, man. You got to come back, man. I'm about to check out some of them games, too, man.
Yes, sir.
My little girl, she going to get older, man. We have to put her in some baseball or something, man.
Hey, I got a girl that pitched for me right now named Kieran. And the last week, she hit an inner park home run. We got girls out there that's balling, too.
Come on, man. Baby ladies, you better get ready, man. So we going to get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all comment, like, all that good stuff. Subscribe. Last Walk podcast. Yeah.
Yo. Got a lot of stress on my chest. A lot of things on my mind. I'm talking about lonely nights in the cell.